let's talk about something happening right under our noses. Something powerful, quiet, and reshaping the entire landscape of connection. If you've ever felt invisible in the dating world, if you've ever watched from the sidelines thinking the game was rigged in favor of the guy with the loftier job title, the flashier lifestyle, the more impressive social pedigree, I need you to lean in and listen closely. What if everything you've been told about what makes a man desirable is, in this very moment, becoming outdated? What if the qualities you've been quietly cultivating, your integrity, your steadiness, your depth, are precisely what a rapidly growing, incredibly discerning group is actively seeking? This isn't wishful thinking. It's a cultural and strategic realignment, led by a force you might not have considered: accomplished women, often in their prime, their 40s, 50s, and beyond, who have built lives of substance, security, and self-knowledge. And they are making choices that defy the old playbook. This conversation is for the man who prioritizes character over currency, who values being solid over being sensationalized. This is not about settling. From their perspective, it's a conscious, powerful upgrade. Let's dismantle why. Part 1. The exhaustion of the old script. Why the prize stopped being prized. For decades, the narrative was straightforward, hammered home by films, media, and social expectation. Success attracts success. The ultimate goal was the power couple. This idea, rooted in historical patterns of seeking security, often called hypergamy, handed everyone a checklist. For men, climb, achieve, provide. For women, find the climber, the achiever, the provider. It was a transaction masquerading as romance, where a man's worth was a direct function of his resume and net worth. But a pivotal shift occurs when a woman spends 20-plus years writing her own resume and building her own net worth. The woman who has negotiated her own deals, managed her own teams, bought her own property, and navigated her own complex life arrives at a profound realization. She is no longer auditioning for a sponsor. She is seeking a co-author. The old checklist isn't just irrelevant, it's antithetical to her peace. And this leads to the first, monumental reason for the shift: sheer, soul-deep exhaustion. Talk to me in the comments below. Have you witnessed this exhaustion in the dating world? Seen the fatigue with the performance of it all? Drop a yes if you know exactly what I mean. This exhaustion isn't mere tiredness. It's the cumulative burnout from three specific, draining experiences. 1. The emotional desert of high achievement. The relentless drive that propels a person to the top of their professional field often comes at a catastrophic cost to emotional capacity. A relationship with such a person can feel less like a partnership and more like a slot on a shared calendar, a high-stakes appointment between board meetings and business trips. The primary relationship is often with the work itself, leaving a partner feeling like a prestigious accessory, admired but not intimately known. The loneliness felt inside a coupled relationship can be more desolate than any solitude. 2. The endless, unspoken audition. Dating someone perpetually in the spotlight means you're perpetually on stage. It becomes a game of strategy. Maintain flawless composure, be endlessly fascinating, never appear needy, all while trying to secure commitment from someone whose wiring may equate commitment with a loss of strategic advantage. For a woman who has fought to build a life of authentic self-worth, this constant performance is demeaning and depleting. She's done competing. She wants to connect. 3. The digital fatigue of curated perfection. Modern dating apps have amplified this fatigue to a breaking point. A recent major survey found over 80% of women report feeling burned out by the app experience. For the discerning woman, profiles of high-status men can blur into a parody. The guy leaning on a luxury car, rented; the guy on a boat, someone else's; the guy leading with his CEO title as his entire personality. It's a gallery of brands, not human beings. This curated sameness breeds a powerful craving for its opposite: authentic, unvarnished reality. This exhaustion culminates in a stark value mismatch. A woman who has done her internal work, who has processed life's lessons, values vulnerability, and seeks mutual growth, often finds that the chase for the stereotypical catcher leads to someone who hasn't done that work. He may have a towering IQ but a stunted EQ. He can build a fortune but can't build intimacy. They are speaking different emotional languages, and she is finally refusing to be the full-time translator. She realizes the chase was for the wrong trophy all along. Part 2. The quiet superpowers. What you bring to the table that money can't buy. When a woman consciously pivots from this exhausting paradigm, she isn't lowering the bar. She's moving it to more solid, sustainable ground. She redirects her energy toward the qualities that form the bedrock of a lasting, peaceful partnership. This is where the man who might call himself average becomes the most compelling figure in the room. His appeal isn't in what he lacks, but in the quiet abundance he possesses. Smash that like button if this resonates. Is this the kind of partner you strive to be? Let me know with a thumbs up. Let's name these superpowers. Superpower number 1. Emotional bandwidth and genuine presence. The high flyer's calendar was his kingdom. For this man, the relationship can be his priority. Because his identity isn't precariously tied to a job title, he has the mental and emotional space to be truly present. He listens to understand her world, her stresses, her triumphs, her quiet thoughts, not just to wait for his turn to speak. He isn't threatened by her success, he's genuinely proud of it. This emotional availability is the cornerstone of everything that follows. Superpower number 2. The profound luxury of consistency. After the roller coaster of high-stakes dating, his steadiness isn't boring, it's revolutionary. It's safety incarnate. His words align with his actions. He is reliable. For a woman who navigates complexity and pressure daily, her relationship needs to be a sanctuary, not another negotiation. This consistency is the foundation of deep trust. It's the calm harbor after a stormy sea. Superpower number 3. Refreshing, unfiltered authenticity. In a digital sea of fabricated highlights, his genuine nature is a lighthouse. His profile might show him hiking with a goofy dog, laughing with his kids, or mid-project in a messy workshop. He's not selling an image of an unattainable life. He's presenting an honest human being. This signals a powerful truth. What you see is what you get. He's not trying to impress. He's hoping to connect on a real level. Superpower number 4. Partnership in its truest sense. A man in his 40s or 50s has lived a life. He understands mortgages, grief, career pivots, and the weight of responsibility. This shared life experience creates a foundational peer dynamic. The relationship isn't about status or acquisition. It's about mutual enrichment. It values a quiet evening of deep conversation as much as a lavish night out. A major dating platform survey recently confirmed this, revealing that 72% of women care more about a partner's consistent effort in building the relationship than the size of their paycheck. This man is the embodiment of that effort. Does this sound like you or someone you know? Tag a friend in the comments who embodies these quiet superpowers. Part 3. The internal revolution. How women are redefining value itself. The final, most profound layer of this shift has little to do with men at all. It's about a seismic internal evolution within women themselves, a radical redefinition of what value means in a partner. This is powered by 2 transformative forces. Catalyst number 1, financial autonomy, the ultimate liberator. This is the non-negotiable foundation. For most of history, marriage was an economic institution for women. Today, a woman who has built her own career and financial security has shattered that necessity. She is not looking for a provider. She is vetting to avoid a dependent. This autonomy is her superpower. It frees her to choose based purely on connection, compatibility, and desire. She can now appreciate a teacher, an artist, a craftsman, or an analyst not for his tax bracket, but for the richness of his mind and heart. The question shifts from what can he do for me to who is he with me? Catalyst number 2, the clarifying fire of experience. Women in this stage of life possess a PhD in reality. They've likely seen, either firsthand or in their inner circle, that a mansion can be a lonely prison. They may have endured relationships that looked perfect on paper but were emotionally vacant. Life, and often divorce, teaches brutal but clear lessons. Rarely does a woman post-divorce say, "I wish he'd made more money." She laments the lack of connection, the absence of support, the profound loneliness within the partnership. This hard-won wisdom makes her an expert at identifying what leads to genuine, daily fulfillment. Have you seen this redefinition of value in your own life? Subscribe and hit the notification bell because we're going deeper into topics like this every single week. This convergence of autonomy and wisdom leads to a complete overhaul of the high-value checklist. Kindness over connections. Compassion is the new currency. Emotional maturity over material wealth. The ability to communicate, repair, and be vulnerable is the ultimate luxury. Shared peace over public prestige. A harmonious home life is worth more than social media admiration. Integrity over income. Being a man of your word is the sexiest trait of all. Reports from leading relationship experts and dating platforms consistently identify the top sought traits as emotional availability, respect for emotional needs, consistency, and communication. Noticeably absent: salary, job title, luxury assets. Part 4. Your moment, the convergence. So, when you see a vibrant, accomplished woman choosing a partner who doesn't fit the old, flashy mold, understand what you're witnessing. You are not seeing a compromise. You are seeing an evolution. You are observing a woman operating from a place of profound strength, making a courageous choice that defies decades of social programming. Her selection is a rejection of the patriarchal idea that her worth is reflected by the status of the man beside her. She is defining success on her own terms, and that includes her relational life. For the man who has been cultivating depth, decency, and reliability, your moment is now. This shift represents the ultimate power move for women, and it creates a historic opportunity for you. She isn't choosing an upgrade for her lifestyle. She's choosing an upgrade for her soul, for the quality of her everyday life, for her peace, for her heart. This is the new game, and the rules are fundamentally human. Let's connect. This conversation is just beginning. Now, I want to hear from you. For the men, does this analysis align with your lived experience? Have you felt that your most substantive qualities were overlooked in favor of superficial ones? How does this shift change your perspective or strategy? For the women, does this articulate the shift you felt or made? What would you add to this new checklist? What has experience taught you about what truly matters? Speak your truth in the comments below. Your stories, your insights, your disagreements. They are what make this dialogue real and valuable. This is a complex, human topic, and we need all perspectives. If this video challenged your thinking or gave you a new lens on modern dating, 1. Like this video. It tells the algorithm this conversation matters. 2. Share it with a friend, male or female, who needs to hear this perspective. Tag someone who's navigating this very landscape. 3. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. We are just scratching the surface. Coming up, we have deep dives into how to communicate these quiet superpowers authentically, the male perspective on dating fatigue and shifting expectations, building connection in an age of digital disconnection, interviews with experts and real people living through these changes. You are not on the sidelines anymore. The game has changed, and the most human qualities are now the ultimate advantage. Let's navigate this new terrain together. Comment, share, subscribe, and let's keep talking.